Hi, I'm Dan. This is iAllegedly, and I am at the Harbor Point Conservation Park today, and this place is absolutely amazing. But one thing that we are living through, guys, is that there's a bubble in absolutely everything, and the Fed is holding the pin that's going to pop this bubble, and it's just a matter of time until that happens. So much to cover today. I'm just excited to show you the sites and also everything that's happening globally that affects each and every one of us. Before I get into it, please take a second. Please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. Don't forget the email list below you can sign up for. And today's video sponsored by Lithium Chile. It's funded by Gold Standard Media. I'll get into them a little bit. Their ticker symbol is LTMCF, and great company that I'll talk about a little later. But this place, first of all, I was sent this via TikTok about this walkway up here and just how private it was and how it just covered the mountainside, and it's right next to the Chart House, which is, if you know where that restaurant is up here in Dana Point, it overlooks the harbor and it's just absolutely beautiful. But there's so much going on right now. First things first, Morgan Stanley has issued a warning on what's going to happen if Russia does invade Ukraine, which we know it's going to happen. So as this happens, what's it going to do to the stock market? Well, they did a prediction chart, which is, I think it's pretty conservative, but you should take a look at it. You know, the Russell 2000, they think it's going to go down just over 10%. The S&P is going to go down basically 6.5%. They did all these different predictions on what that means and how it's going to affect global markets. It's pretty fascinating. The story's below. But we are living through a time right now where everything is absolutely precarious. And we are seeing that the real estate market is just at an all-time high and continues to shoot up. And people really don't want to do anything about this. They're just kind of waiting and holding their breath on it. And a side note to that, two side notes, are the commercial real estate. Commercial real estate is absolutely destroyed. And here's the thing about when I drive to a city like Dana Point, I haven't been here for, month and a half or so. And as I come out here, I see more and more places go out of business. And as I talk to my friends that do the foreclosures, they're telling me it's finally catching up to people that they have to pay the piper and that they have to be responsible for, paying the mortgage. And the problem with it is most of these landlords that own a commercial space, they're not bending yet. They're not sitting there and saying, hey, we'll give you a 25% discount. We'll give this or we'll give that just to get things, get a tenant in there. Look at that. That's the harbor. Isn't that cool? So they're not doing that yet. Now, the big problem that we're seeing across the country, and it doesn't matter if it's in a good real estate market or a bad real estate market, we are seeing rents go sky high. And I've seen this happen with friends. I've seen it happen with clients, and they're just not expecting this. And rent, I don't know how they can raise rents so much. Maybe I'm just crazy, but here in California, we've got certain rules where they just can't double your rent. On an average, think about this, from December 2020 to December 2021, rents went up 21%. 21%, guys. That's amazing that it went up that high. So with that happening, check this out, guys. This is really cool up here. That's just beautiful. If you remember when I did one of the Christmas videos down there, that's the shopping center right down there that we did that at. But check this out. They've got these walkways and these areas. This is all free, guys. Park your car and come out here and see the sights. But this is beautiful. But rents, guys, 21%. What is the average family doing right now that is renting? They're not. They're stuck. And you're going to see more and more places, more and more people be forced to live with other people. It's just going to have to happen. And the landlords are fed up. The landlords I've talked to right now are absolutely fed up with everything they've experienced over the last 2 years with all the moratoriums and all the different problems that they've had. they're just done. They're not going to bend. They're asking for more things. They're asking for additional income. They're asking for 3 years tax returns from people. Did you pay your rent in the last 2 years? And that's one of the first questions one guy asked people. And, here's one thing. Scott Walters, realtor, he's got something very cool called a rent resume that he recommends people put together. So it shows your worthiness as a tenant. Great product, something you should take a look at, but people are not doing that. Man, I'm just gonna have a seat and check this out. But as far as the rents go, you're seeing regions that have it's gone up more in some regions over other regions, but it is at a point right now that it's not just softening by any means. People that have applied for the rental assistance that still have not gotten it, thinking that they're safe in their homes, are not. They're getting booted. They're having these hearings, and regardless of what happens on the East Coast, where they are saying that they're 80 years behind with court cases, and it's going to take all this time, 5 years, 6 years, 10 years to get caught up on these evictions, people are not going to tolerate that. This has to be dealt with on a quick basis. Now, to go back to the stocks, Jeremy Grantham, who is the legendary investor, has said that he feels that stocks are going to drop 43%. That is absolutely crazy. So, when you look at this, look at the articles that are below, because I always share those with you guys. This is just not things I pull out of thin air, but you have to look at alternatives. And the alternatives, we've talked about metals in the past, and the next thing is to talk about something like lithium. Lithium Chile is a great company, and the ticker symbol is LTMCF. They are a company that is a mining company out of Canada, and again, Chile is one of the largest regions that has lithium. When you look at the car market and you look at Elon Musk, and you look at as an innovator and what they're doing with the car market right now for electric vehicles, lithium plays such a huge part in that. You guys have asked me, hey Dan, I want different things. What else, can I invest in other than metals? Well, here it is, guys, because think about this. Right now, the last stimulus package had $174 billion put in it for EV cars. They want EV stations around the country. There is a demand to have zero carbon by 2035 in this country, which is in this state, and certain regions. Norway has zero carbon. They don't want to have any cars that are gas producing in 2025. When you think about how quick that is, it's think about 2020 seems like it was weeks ago, and it was 2 years ago. Now 2025 is right around the corner. And when you look at something like lithium to make these batteries, lithium is in every single electronic car. And with the growing number of electronic vehicles that are out there, it is a demand that you cannot meet. So a company like Lithium Chile, the advantage to what they're doing is they've got a mine. They're already producing lithium right now, and the anticipated amount that this stock could go up is just double right now in the next couple years. Now, lithium was called white oil. Where ever heard of lithium before, Dan? Well, it's used in the cell phone that you're watching this video on right now. It is used in the production of EV cars. In fact, the average EV car uses 2 kilograms of lithium, which is just over 4 pounds of lithium. And it is something that is desperately needed. And you have a company like Lithium Chile that is producing this on a regular basis. They have 5 different properties in Chile that are actively producing lithium right now. The company Fundamental Research did a research report on Lithium Chile, and they say that this stock that's basically trading under 70 cents a share right now is headed towards $1.53. Well, that's pretty impressive, guys. Now, again, I'm not giving you guys financial advice. Don't buy this thing if you need rent money, and don't buy this thing if you think it's going to go up in 2 days. This is something that is a long-term play that I'm incredibly excited about, because everything points to the elimination of cars, gas-powered cars, and going towards the EV markets. When we hear about like that burning ship with all the EV cars in there was over 1,000 EV cars on there that people are buying. This is a market that is not going away. Cryptos are new to people. People don't sit there and don't understand it completely, but it's going to be in all our lives. So is lithium, and so are EV cars. It's going to be something that every country in the world is planning on having EV cars be a major part of the country. And Lithium Chile is leading the way in this. And again, great company to look at, LTMCF. Take a look at it, and I know I'm going to. People ask all the time, what do you invest in? What makes you look at something and say, yeah, I'm going to write a check for that? Well, I look at something that's different. I look at the need for the core product. I look at, is there a market for it? Is this something crazy? Is it a fad? Is it something that's going to come and go quickly? When you look at lithium and you look at a company like this, think about this. I mean, as I researched this, let me give you some numbers that I found out. The 8th largest mining country in the world is Chile. I didn't know that. I didn't know that until now. Also, 43% of the ownership of the stock is by management, which is fantastic. It means they're concerned about the growth of the company. The other thing is you're seeing the expense of lithium just skyrocket right now. And the EU, Europe is going to have, think about this, 40 million electric cars between now and 2030. They cannot make this stuff fast enough. You cannot get this out of the earth fast enough. And as far as an investment, I love it. I love the absolute future of lithium. Cell phones, are we going to stop using those anytime soon? Is there going to be an alternative battery source over lithium? No. Elon Musk doesn't think so. He's dedicated to this as well. So take a look at LTMCF. I think it's going to be a winner. I know I'm going to look at it, and I just think that it's an exciting play right now when you look at where this industry is headed and how country after country after country is mandating that they're going to go green and have and stop buying electric cars. Environmentally sensitive habitat. This is beautiful up here, guys. Absolutely stunning. Very cool walkway. Just beautiful. When you see the harbor up ahead, it's just fantastic. See the harbor from way up here. It's just such a cool view. That's Baby Beach down there for anybody that knows the area. It's just a really, really cool area. Here's a couple stories out of Reuters right now that, as I tell you these, it's going to make you think about something. Brazil has just announced that they have a huge inflationary problem. And Brazil is going to raise their interest rates again because of the inflation. 2 years ago, they had inflation at 2%. Interest rates were at 2%. Well, inflation has climbed dramatically to 10.5% in Brazil, and they are going to raise their interest rates to 10.75%. Why is that, guys? Why? Okay, they're going to raise it to 10.75%. Now, again, this story's out of Reuters. Another Reuters story is Michelle Baumann, who is the one of the board of governors for the Fed. She says, listen, I'm very concerned with inflation being at 7.5%. Here, we may have to go and just jump it up to 0.5%. This is nonsense, guys. Interest rates need to be raised. They need to shoot up right now, and it would not be crazy to raise interest rates to 7.5% because why? Well, they did it in Brazil. Why not do it here? So share your thoughts on all that. I really want to know what you think. But again, you know, getting ready. We're going to do it. I'm going to clean my room. It's insane that we're waiting for the Fed to act. And don't worry, it's coming. I swear. Big things. it's gonna be amazing. You're gonna love it. It's coming. But again, that's how they're treating this whole thing, and it's absolutely insane that we're seeing interest rates left at zero, and they're going to raise them 0.5%. So share your thoughts on all this stuff, guys. I want to know what you think. That is the Chart House restaurant right there, and very funny story. About 20 years ago, a friend of mine had her birthday. And we weren't dating. It was just a birthday dinner. Let me take you to a nice place for your dinner. So I took her to that Chart House, and it's a beautiful place. Overlooks the bay at night. It's lit up. It's just absolutely fantastic. I go to their salad bar. They had one of those massive salad bars way back when, and everything's on ice. Everything's just you've got meat, you've got vegetables, you've got everything. And I go back for seconds to the salad bar, come back to the table, and my date is just absolutely upset. And I'm like, what's wrong? And the waitress had just walked away, and she said, I can't believe this, but I just asked the waitress what these things were because I love them so much. And they were hearts of palm. And she said, these are delicious. I love these. And the waitress said, because of losers like you, that's how they destroy the rainforest, so enjoy. I've told this story about 1,000 times. I was furious, to say the least. And what I said to the manager when he came over is something that's not safe for TV. Let's put it that way. And I lost my mind so much. And the best part was the manager called Stacy over and said, Stacy, I've told you 100 times not to talk about things like this. So needless to say, I got a $100 gift certificate and a free meal that night for the Chart House from right there. Okay, again, 20 years ago. So it was great, but unfortunately for losers like you, that's what we destroy the rainforest for. Anyways, share your thoughts. And have you ever had a situation like that where somebody treated you horribly in a restaurant and you got something for free? Because I got a bunch of them like that. That's number two. That's the second most popular one I tell. So share your thoughts on all this stuff, guys. I moved up the street to the park right next to the Ritz-Carlton because I've got a meeting I've got to get to. But a couple things. JP Morgan steps forward today and says that the Fed will raise interest rates for 9 straight meetings. Okay. Thank you, Jamie. And again, do you believe that? What makes you believe they're going to raise interest rates 9 straight times? Because there's a great story out of the EU about the European central banks, and they have the same problems that the Fed has, and that they're stuck. When the health crisis hit, they gave out all this free money, and they anticipated that they would be able to control inflation at 2%, and it didn't work there. So this same story that it doesn't work here is something that we're all supposed to just accept, but the Fed is going to raise interest rates 9 times. And again, another conflicting stories, but take a look at the Reuters story about how the EU says they can't raise interest rates. It's fantastic. Also, the Fed has stepped forward and said that no government bureaucracy is going to be able to fix the supply chain issue, and that businesses and people basically are on your own on fixing the supply chain issues. And again, you've got sitting areas like this out here. But again, if you're expecting, transportation secretaries and different locales to come up with solutions, it's not going to happen. Businesses, big and small, are going to go out of business as a result of these practices. It's just pure and simple. That's what's going to happen. This is fascinating. This is something that I talked about earlier. And Hertz is in bankruptcy. Hertz has to explain certain things to the bankruptcy court to continue operation right now. They signed Tom Brady, give him $1 jillion, and buy a bunch of Teslas and all this stuff. But Hertz filed 3,365 stolen car reports for people that didn't steal their cars. In other words, people that turned the cars in late, whatever, okay, car broke down, they had rented it out again to somebody else, but in bankruptcy court, they did not want this to be admitted because it's bad for them. It's a huge PR problem, but there is a massive lawsuit that is going to go forward, and Hertz begged the judge not to let this stat come out late last Friday, and it did, and we got it. But again, you're going to see class action status put on this thing real soon, and there's that. Next thing is in regards to our sponsor, LTMCF Lithium Chili. Here's a couple very interesting facts. Mercedes-Benz right now, arguably one of the best and largest car makers in the world, has said that not only are they going to dedicate the majority of the cars in the future to EVs, but right now it's about 25% is going to be EVs right now, which is really fascinating. And by 2025, it's going to be 50%. They right now have a car that can go 600 kilometers, which is just over 300 miles. They want to improve on that. But it all relies on the lithium. It all relies on sourcing lithium. Check out these stories. You can't make this stuff up. Timing is perfect for this stuff to look at lithium chili. The other thing is there's a company that is talking about making a 1,000,000-mile battery for a car, which is absolutely fascinating. But the key to that 1,000,000-mile battery is the parts and lithium. So there's that. So take a look at the sponsor, LTMCF, Lithium Chili. I think it's fascinating. And a couple things to finish this video off with. I love these studies that come across. And again, the one thing I miss about having the medical conferences is the technology and the reports and everything that I had in the future. But think about this one. 3 in 10 people were shocked to find out that being overweight affected their mental well-being and their mental health. Hey, fatty, she's not interested in you, okay? Oh, you wonder why you can't get a date, Chubs? Come on, okay? So think about that. 3 in 5 people didn't know that. Oh, wow. Now, here's the sick one that goes along with that, and that 4 in 10 people have admitted that they've tried their dog's food, okay, or their pet's food, cats and dogs. I've sampled it for my pet to make sure it's good. Who does that? Now, okay, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of help. If you're dating, that should be a question. Have you ever sampled your pet's food? Because that would get rid of a segment of crazy that you would never want to associate with ever, okay? So I'm telling you, these are real articles. Check it out below. Absolutely nuts. Please do not forget to hit the like button. Must be a cat out here. Please do not forget to the like button. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Share this with all your friends and colleagues. Please don't forget our email list. If you want more access to me, there's the Patreon channel you can sign up for. And please take a look at our sponsor, Lithium Chili. I'm not giving you guys financial advice, but I love this. You guys asked, we want something different. You got something different. And it's very cool. And I researched it and I'm looking into it. And I think it's awesome. Onward and upward, guys. I will see you guys very soon. And it's supposed to rain out here. So we will see if we get some rain.